Hey, Dr. Harper. Hey, what's going on?
Good. How are you? How's your Friday going on? It's
My
Friday.
Friday is a fabulous Friday, and I just want to let you know I'm super duper happy that you are here on my quick tip show. This is a part of the Lotus Crochet Ignite show that I started doing just to make sure we're going live and giving people quick tips that they could use throughout their life. We're only going to be in front of you for a couple of minutes. So make sure you get your notepad and your pen, because as I always say, note takers are money makers. And also note takers are change makers. And you can be the instrument of change in your own life as you ignite and take flight in every area of your life. So Dr. Harper, I'm super happy that you agreed to come on with me for a few minutes. As some of you know, I'll be chopping it up with somebody and I'll be like, look, those are some great tips. We need to go live and we need to talk about it. So that's what happened. I was talking with Dr. Harper, and of course, we were talking about one of her special things that's near and dear to her heart: family civility. So, Dr. Harper, if you don't mind, tell everybody who you are and what you do, and then we're going to give them some great tips that they can use.
Well, thank you, Dr. Riche now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Riche. I know, thank you so much. I mean, as you said, I'm not even prepared. It's like, put on some lipstick and let's go live. And that's what I did. So yes, I'm the founder and CEO of the Family Civility Institute, and we're a training institute that we bring the family civility approach to social service work, social work, and international community development. So right now, we've just launched 2 workshops that will be happening in March. One is the family civility approach for a 6-module course for 6 weeks. And another one is for international community development, where hopefully at the end of that one, we'll be traveling to Kenya and Guyana. So because we have to practice what we preach, and that's what I do as well. But what is family civility, as you are also asking, because people always ask me that question. And I said, well, that's natural. Family civility in a family is when we actually accept and are civil to our family members for their strengths and individuality, not based off of their birth order or cultural position, which we rely on, and which is actually a sense of oppression and domestication. So what I'm trying to do is break the family free of saying, hey, just respect each other and be civil to each other and accept each other's truth.
Yes.
And also accept each other for the strengths they bring to the family and for their individuality. You know, because, you know, nobody's the same. Everybody's different. And that's how we are as a nation. You know, as a nation, we advocate, and I get my social workers and my community development workers to advocate, to say, you know, let's show equity, support, and civility to all families, no matter their race, no matter their gender, their sexuality, their different abilities, their biological connection and formation. All families are accepted and not felt belittled because they don't come from a nuclear family. I want to move away from, oh, I'm sorry you don't have a father at home. Oh, I'm sorry you're adopted. No, there's no sorry. They're amazing. A family is a family.
That's right. You know, I love that.
A family is a family. And what we need to do is have that equity. So not, even though and all families are different. And in fact, even nuclear families need equity now, because you have barriers because of race. A nuclear family has barriers because of race. A nuclear family has barriers because of sexuality or the family members. So, you know, every family needs what they need to achieve the sustainable development goals.
Yep, that's the truth. I love it. I love that you said a family is a family, because, you know, some people, they don't have their mom or their dad or whomever their family, whoever their parents are. Let me just say that. And sometimes their grandpas, their grandmas, their aunts, their uncles, or friends of the family sometimes raise them. And sometimes they feel bad because people say, well, you know, where's your mom or where's your dad? And and maybe their parents are not around. And so I'm happy you said a family is a family. And so what I also want to share is with our audience that is watching, that this is your logo, and it's kind of broken up in two screens, you guys. But I love that you said no families are left behind, basically.
Yeah.
That's
not one family left behind.
Exactly.
Not one family left behind.
No matter who they are, where they are, what country they're in, not one family left behind. I love that. And so let's get right into the soup of the sauce. Let's get into the soup of the sauce, because you shared with us what family civility is. And basically you shared the second thing that we were going to talk about is who does it impact? Who does it impact? And it impacts everybody on the planet in some shape, form, or fashion. So I love that. So really quickly, I want to be civil and say hello to some of the folks that's already chiming in. So I'm going to go right to the top and say hello. So who we have right here? We have Sean Seagal. Love the intro music. Love you right back, Sean. Let us know where you're coming in from. Who else we got, Doc?
We have Camille Robb, and thank you. Welcome aboard.
Awesome, fantastic. And of course, we have the remarkable young lady who is big in civility herself from Nigeria, Africa, Miss Shirley Murphy. She is the founder of Women with God Initiative. She's got a conference coming up June. Women Reach Out with God Initiative. We have a conference coming out January the 30th. You don't want to miss that. Miss Shirley Murphy, thank you. I appreciate you. Miss Angela Elting from Washington, D.C. You're wonderful. She's amazing. She's got a great business called Rugger Wellness. This lady is doing some phenomenal things. And of course, we have Mr. Michael Freeland, DJ Mike Freeland in the house. And so I'm happy I got to share that with you guys about DJ Mike Freeland being on. We're so happy to see you, DJ Mike Freeland. And so, Doc, I've got some secret sauce. You know, every time, no matter what I'm doing, even though we're going to be on here just only for a couple of minutes, it's not a full show. We just came to give you guys some tips about civility. And we would be remiss if we didn't share this with you, because I got some secret sauce that's not even released yet to this person's page. I heard that DJ Mike Freeland was featured on Channel 9 ABC KMBC News. Wow. Yeah, and somebody sent it to me. So I'm going to share it with all of you. You know, I'm big on the secret sauce. So here we go.
With such emotional and physical pain.
Can y'all hear that?
Talk about it. Now, 44 years after he first learned he was different, he isn't just talking. As KMBC 9's Donna Pittman shows us, he's written a book about his experiences.
He goes by DJ Mike J, Michael Freeland, and author.
And I used to pray the prayer that I would rather leave this earth than to endure another 5 minutes of pain.
When he was 5, his mom noticed something very wrong.
So remember her lifting my right leg and watched me lift the left leg. And then all of a sudden I hear her scream. You know, and when she screamed, she left me in the tub. I'm sitting there like, I don't know what's going on.
His leg incredibly swollen. They finally discovered Freeland has Milroy disease.
It's extremely rare.
My recollect to this day, I don't know anyone else that has had Milrow's disease.
According to the Genetic and Rare Diseases Information Center, only 200 cases are documented. It's inherited and affects the lymphatic system.
But the sickness has plagued me my whole life. Even as I stand here, I have to wear leg compression.
Despite pain, Freeland found passion DJing.
Gravitated to music. Music became a part of me. I love the music. And because I love the music, I used the music at some point because I realized it helped to heal me.
Another remedy, writing.
But I spent a lot of time keeping myself under wraps, not talking about Milrow's disease, not showing people what I've dealt with my leg, not discussing it.
Now it's all in his book, Free Your Land, Developing Your Mental Real Estate.
Let me give you my journey if that helps to put you on my back and bring you with me.
As for that prayer, when he asked God to take him,
now that I'm older and I'm a little wiser, I can appreciate understanding why I was left here.
He says his faith is stronger because that prayer went unanswered. Donna Pittman, KMBC 9 News.
All right, way to go, Michael. His book launch, by the way, is coming up later this month, Sunday, January 24th, over at the Vivid Event Space in Grandview. He'll be there from 2 to 5, speaking and signing books in 2 one-hour sessions. If you'd like to go say hi, you can also find his book on Amazon.
Wow. Congratulations. And I had to share that because guess what else I found out? I found out that DJ Mike Freeland was also blessed and made one of the civility ambassadors. He is a global civility ambassador, and that's phenomenal.
Well, definitely. And I remember speaking at an event where Ambassador Freeland was playing, and I can tell you, remember I was teaching till 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yes.
In Kenya, and actually it was 4 a.m. that morning. So I went to bed at like 4:30, and you're like, no, Dr. Harper, you have to come and speak at 9 a.m. So I was on like 3 hours sleep.
Yes.
And I could not have done it without Ambassador Freeland's music, because he played at the beginning of the event, and I came on and I'm dancing because he was playing the soca and he was playing the dance hall, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. I can do this. Because he's right. Music is completely free and it gets into your soul. There's something about music, and honestly, I could not have gotten through that talk without Ambassador Freeland. So thank you for that.
We couldn't have gotten through it either. And I'm telling you, he came and he did a phenomenal job for the Pro Network global conference. And of course, we're having another conference coming up in April. And of course, none other than DJ Mike Freeland is going to be the person on the Wheels of Steel. Not only like, the news broadcast said, not only is he a DJ and has been so over 30 years, which is hard to do, but he is doing it in stellar fashion. He also is an author. He's a motivational speaker. He's a mentor, and he is a civility ambassador. And that's why we wanted to come on today and talk about some tips. And we didn't even have this footage. Dr. Harper didn't even know about this footage. No. But guess what? I'm super blessed. And I always have to have what I call my secret sauce. When we honor somebody, just to say hello and thank you for your contributions, Mike, that you are doing all over the world. Mike says, I am humbly honored. Well, sir, we are humbly honored. I salute you and I thank you. And he said, amen. Thank you. An amazing time. And so who else do we have here, Dr. Harper?
Oh, we have Mr. Prince, who is an amazing speaker. I met him this morning. Unbelievable. Again, this is you, Lotus. Oh, come on a call. Okay. And then and amazing. He, I'm looking forward to his event, and he has his magazine out, the January issue. Definitely check that out as well, because he speaks about a lot of world leaders. He speaks about a lot of motivational speakers, and his magazine is just absolutely fabulous when it comes to being motivated and finding and navigating the speaker world. It's not an easy world to navigate. And to be a world changer, I can tell you need a lot of patience, because you're doing God's work. There's a purpose. And I'm going to share this because, my mentors are really important in this type of work. You cannot be a world leader if you do not follow as well. Exactly. And that is one of the things. And one of my mentors sent me this, which is very powerful. And I'm going to just quickly read it because it's on my desktop. Happy is the one who learns to wait as he prays and never loses his patience. for God's time is the best time. And I think, to me, that is my mantra for 2021. I am Lotus, we are go-getters. We are like, yes, all right, that gun blasts off, and I call it, God's purpose starting mark, and we run. And yes, a lot of times we're like, well, why is the finishing line moving? Why is it moving? Why am I not there yet?
Amen. Amen.
And it is just God's time, it is just God's time. Things that have happened that I thought could happen last year are now happening this year. And I'm like, oh, it's because I didn't do this. Yeah. I see God. I see God. I see what you're doing. I wasn't ready yet. I thought I was ready, but you knew that I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And that's what is amazing.
Yeah. And some people around you can see that you're ready. And like Saucony Prince, he's a magnificent man. And I call him the king of leadership. That's right. We crown him king. And his magazine is amazing. Of course, he's the CEO of Next Level Leadership Summit. And I tell you, we've had this talk before. Great mentors need great mentors. So if you need a great mentor, there's one for you. If you are fortunate enough to be featured in his magazine, God bless you. And I got to tell you, that's the way to go. So thank you so much. You are a superstar. DJ Mike Freeland, we love you. We appreciate you. Mr. Saucony Prince, we love you, appreciate you. And this is what we're talking about family civility, but also just being civil with one another. Yeah. So there was someone else that I saw on here, and there she is. Who's that, Dr. Harper?
That is Dr. Carolyn Opinde. She is the founder and CEO of the NGO Whisper. She's doing a masterclass, launching a masterclass, and is about to do it. Highly, highly recommend, because of the fact that she is the NGO Whisper. If you have an NGO, if you want to work in Africa, if you want to work in like, I work with the frontline workers, and I teach them civility and the family civility approach. But what she does is she works with the executives. She works with CEOs of these NGOs and charities. So if you have one and you want to do international work, call her, text her, reach her out on Facebook. She's very accessible. And NGO Whisperer has an amazing, we are actually working on a project together in Kenya. And, if you want some secret sauce, we are launching an app in our project at the end of the month called the Hero Loop, where we will actually connect people who need help to heroes.
Exactly.
And it's like TaskRabbit for free.
Yeah. And so don't forget, folks, you definitely want to be a part of this master class. Dr. Opinde is she's a magnificent woman. In fact, we're gonna be on a call. I'll be on her show very soon, and you don't want to miss this master class. She has teamed up with a host of folks worldwide to get this done. One of whom is one of my friends, my sisters, Miss KJ Johnson, out of Texas. She's a strategy and design studio CEO, and she is on board with Dr. Opinde as they do a 4-week masterclass, masterclass. So you can go ahead over to Dr. Opinde's page. You can sign up today for the masterclass, and we will see you there.
It's definitely worth it.
So
definitely worth it.
We are down to one last question. Camille Robb, the fabulous Camille Robb, is in Orlando, Florida. Good to see you. Hi. Of course, we see Miss Shirley. We see you. All right. And hold on, we have something. Let's see what Mr. Mike say. What Mr. Mike say, Doc?
God's blessings continue to allow me the favor. I give the credit where it's due. I love you all. To God be the glory. Amen. I'm adding the amen. And Saucony Prince is an amazing man with a vision for the people. I love this guy. Oh my gosh.
And one of the last ones we're going to read is from Dr. Opinde. She says, love you all, my amazing sisters, hashtag impacting lives globally. And that's why I always say we are bringing inspiration to every nation. That's what I say. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it because we want you to ignite and take flight in every area of your life. Why? Because we are bringing inspiration to every nation, and we doing it, one, by making sure you know about family civility. And before we go to our last question, someone else sent me some secret sauce. So if you want to sign up for the NGO Whisperer Masterclass, here it is. Go ahead and sign up today and get involved in this masterclass that's going to help you ignite and take flight in the masterclass of your life. So, Doc, we got one last question. We try to only be on like 15 minutes, but, we have people all around the world that jump on because they understand how important it is for us to work together globally to raise the frequency on the planet. So one last question, Doc. Why is it? And see, you guys are saying why it's important, but we're going to let Dr. Harper answer this. Why is it so important that people understand what family civility is and who it impacts? Why is it important?
Well, it impacts the 7.8 billion people on this earth. And why is it important? We really do have to move away from charity. We have to move away from putting people down and making money, almost selling the poor.
Yes.
Selling those who don't have mothers and fathers. We have to go into empowering. And civility is exactly that. If I'm civil to you, I'm not going to put you down. I wouldn't even think of it, right? And, we look at the golden rule, do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. But so many generations feel that they're not even worth it. So they're going to treat people badly because they feel they should be treated badly because they don't come from a nuclear family. I mean, as such as little, and when the obvious is right in front of you, you tend to overlook it.
Yes.
That's the obvious. We make people feel bad.
Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt you. But I laughed because this just came. 15 minutes is too short, dear Dr. Lotus Richey. She said 15 minutes is too short. We have Lori all the way from, I think Lori is coming in. Where are you coming in from, Lori? Are you coming in from Cali? Or are you in Hawaii? Let us know. So with that being said, because you said that, Dr. O'Penny, we want to take one or two questions from those of you that are watching about family civility while Dr. Harper finishes what she was saying. I'll look for your questions and we'll answer them before we go. So Dr. Harper, all yours. Go ahead.
Hawaii. Yes, Hawaii. Lori and Hawaii. I'm so jealous because it's really cold up here. I'm in -6 degrees. But it goes back to saying we have to go back to our core group and who we live it with, not who we're born to, but who we live with, who we interact with. And if we're civil with the people in our home, then we bring that civility outside. And we have so many amazing ambassadors around the world that deal with world civility and entrepreneurship, like Dr. Raymond Halal, world civility amongst youth, like Dr. Juma Nashan and Dr. Sam Ebube. We have world civility in education with Dr. Matula. But when you bring it, and they all come to me and they say, well, you have to be on our show because it's all under family. And it's true because it starts with the family. And again, not the nuclear family, not the family that has only a biological connection. Studies have showed, and I studied families, studies have shown that even same-sex families actually nurture and create more civility in their home than a nuclear family.
Yeah.
you know, and more acceptance. And that's where it is. And I said this analogy today to, you know, equity is so important, and I preach equity. And I'm going to go back to my Jamaican roots, because you know, so we love our athletics. And
You know,
big up Usain Bolt, big up, you know, big up Family Civility Ambassador Johan Blake. You know, these athletes, you know, what has happened is that, remember, so many years America was beating Jamaica in athletics, in the 100-meter. And when I explain equity, I speak about everybody at the start line about to take off to run the 100-meter. However, America had so much resources, right, that they were going to win. I mean, yes, they had medical resources and they had science resources, they had trainers, the research, whereas Jamaica, we never had those resources, right? Mm-hmm. Then when some of the equity was taken away, when the medical resources were taken away, and there was some equity saying, okay, what's going to happen now? And then they said, oh, let's look into Jamaica and see their program. And people started showing gave Jamaica what they need to develop their program. Then we started winning, because we were given what we needed to win. And that is where we're at. The people, by the time you reach the finals of the 100-meter, nobody knows where everybody has started from. You don't start at the finals of the 100-meter to then say, well, we beat you because it's the same track. We beat you because it's the same lanes. Mm-hmm. We beat you because it's equal starting blocks. We beat you because we had the same equal starting gun. Oh, we have the same finish line. No, that's not where the race starts. The race starts way before you line up for the final 100-meter. And that's where we need to give the equity to say, okay, what does Jamaica need? Jamaica needs certain things to win. Yugoslavia needs certain things to win. And it goes back to even race. Mm-hmm. Right now, we're all at the starting block.
Yes.
At the starting block. Black Lives Matter has now brought people to the starting block. But we need the equity so we can actually make it a fair race.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to look for the quick questions, see what we have here. Okay. So Dr. Opende, she said, Dr. Rebecca Harper will share more on how the family civility workers partner with families. People need to know how valuable this work is. Dr. Rebecca?
So that, you know, could you, again, so the family civility workers, they are that equity. They are that I am going to go into each family to get them ready for that final 100-meter. Mm-hmm. And they work with the families, because every family is different. So every family has different needs. So the family civility worker goes in, and it's, you can say, oh, isn't that what a social service worker does? Isn't that what a social? No, because what I would teach is the family civility approach. When you work as a social worker, you work with one person, and then that one person is your center person that guides. But that one person has a perspective, whereas the other members of the family have different perspectives. So what I teach is you go into the home. You don't have them come to your office. We teach workers that actually live in the community. We actually teach workers that go into the homes, and they say, okay, what does every family member need? What equity does each person need in the home? And then I tailor group dynamics of the family. I teach conflict styles of the family, all these things. So the family now learns to work together to help each other achieve the sustainable development goals. And then the family itself as a unit says, I'm going to support you. And they become each other's external and internal resources to succeed and actually overcome trauma.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I hope that description really helps someone here if you don't really understand what family civility is or how it helps people globally. And I continue to say globally because a lot of people get caught up in thinking that it's just right in their front yard or something. It don't need to be addressed because it's not in their front yard. But see, what happens is it starts in someone else's yard. And then it comes to your country, to your city, to your neighborhood, then to your front yard, and also it goes in your backyard. So if it's important in Nairobi, if it's important in France or Belgium or the Netherlands or Burundi, it should be important wherever we are. And so with that being said, I also want to share another wonderful conference that's coming up. You guys got to know about this. The She Rise conference is coming up. This is the landing page for it. The She Rise conference is amazing. It's Women Reach Out with God Initiative. It's a nonprofit organization, and it's established to touch the lives through counseling, mentoring, entrepreneurial training, skills acquisitions, grants, giving and encouraging women to achieve greatness and be more productive. So make sure you check this out. It is coming up on the 30th of this month, and I think the tickets are only $25, and the goals are simple: to promote and support women's economic empowerment across Nigeria and globally through entrepreneurship, job creation, self-discovery, lifestyle grant, and loans that attract zero interest rates, and to provide capacity building training for women and children that need it. That's right. So make sure you check out the conference that's coming up on the 30th of this month, the She Rise conference. It is going to be an amazing treat. And so with that being said, I got to tell you, Dr. Opendi said the UNAID considers the model a best practice for HIV responses. And because, correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Harper, HIV is still alive and well.
Oh, very much so. And this is I mean, Dr. Opendi brings up an amazing point. You see, we have these workers that just tackle that one social problem, right? Whereas bringing the family civility approach to those workers, when they go into the home, while they're tackling the HIV responses, they're tackling other problems, because no one family has one social problem.
Exactly.
Families have multiple, and it's the same thing with the conference. I did a agricultural project in Jamaica with 40 women, and they were very successful, and they sold their chickens, and they sold the pigs, and they sold their agriculture. But what they did is they went home and gave all the money to the men.
Yes.
So again, the family civility approach is not only I'm going to empower you as a woman and the nucleus of the family, because let's face it, we are, right? Mm-hmm. However, how am I going to help the man in that house to respect the fact that you are making the money and that you don't have to give it? How do we work with the man in the house? How do we work with the children in the house to ensure that the house succeeds? And that's how we do it. We approach the men and say, listen, if you spend the money, all that's going to happen is there won't be no more money. And teaching financial literacy to the entire household, not just the woman.
Exactly. And I like the way you said that. I like the way you said that. The entire household.
Yeah,
not the boys only, not the elder children, not just the middle child, but the entire household. And that's huge. Because when you empower the entire household, you make such a dynamic change that people can embrace, they can grow, and they can actually heal themselves from the woes and what people like to say are curses of old. We say we was only going to be on here for a few minutes, but
I know.
I'm going to say this. If we don't break free in our mind, if we don't break them chains in our mind, we will never break free in our lives. So Dr. Opendi, I'm thankful that you shared that with us as far as understanding about family civility, what it's all about, what services Dr. Harper does, and why it's so critically important. See, and this is what happens when you have a global tribe. I belong to a global tribe. Y'all understand?
Oh, yes,
a global tribe. And so when you have a global tribe, there are some things that you may know. There are some things you may not know. But I tell you what, this show and other shows like it are here to help you know, because after all, you don't know what you don't know.
So you can go on FamilyCivilityDay.com and you can go to workshops and programs, and you can register to be a family civility. You can do the workshop and learn more about family civility and how to work with other families. And that's what I do. And the workshop is from March to April. And I'm so excited because we are teaching with Touch One Life organization here in Kenya, where we're training 15 of the volunteers and workers with the organization, the family civility approach as well. So the work is already
and that's FamilyCivilityDay.com.
Yes. And of course, Let's Talk Family Civility starts back on Wednesday.
Yes. Awesome. So folks, make sure you chime in, check out FamilyCivilityDay.com. Make sure you do it. Somebody go ahead and type it in. I tried to type it in the comments, but I think there were some computer concerns here. But make sure you reach out, check out FamilyCivilityDay.com. Check it out. You will be happy you did. Now, here's some more secret sauce for you. Here's some more secret sauce. As you know, I'm always training people on different platforms, and I'm always telling people to connect and unite. Well, guess what? Many of you may not know this, but if you are trying to get in front of people that need and want your services, and are willing to circulate funds to get your services, then you've come to the right place. You need to see me. Let me help you get in front of people that you need. I use a couple of platforms, but StreamYard is one of them that I use. And guess what? The owners of StreamYard have just connected with a platform called Hop-In. Yeah, they also connected with LinkedIn. And no, I'm not being paid for this. I'm just telling you from the love of my heart, because so many businesses have gone under. So many families have gone under because people didn't know how to get in front of people who need and want their services. So my thing is, let me help you help yourself ignite and take flight in the business area of your life. If it comes to videos, even you see what's around us, my company generates this. If you need training on how to go live on broadcast and get set up, you need to see me. If you need help with civility, if you want to jump on board and be a civility ambassador in your country, you are here at the right place at the right time, because I got the right lady, Dr. Harper. You can go right there. Dr. Opende, high five. She is on point. She put it right here. Check out this link. Go to FamilyCivilityDay.com. Sign up and become a civility ambassador and make some change around the world. And look who else we have all the way from Burundi, Africa. Dr. Florence is here with us. So happy to see you. Thank you so much. I guess that's why Dr. Opendi said, "Lo, this 15 minutes isn't long enough to get into Hawaii chiming in." So thank you so much.
Oh my God.
We are about to sign off. I want to share this with you all. Please be sure to join me this evening for my news you can use. Make sure you join me for my news you can use. I'll share some things with you on that in a second here. Let me see if I can pull this up for you. Join us on my News You Can Use show this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've got some sensational folks all the way from Hawaii and California. I've got Midori Kikuchi. She is a fabulous entrepreneur. She is a trailblazer. You definitely want to hear how to elevate yourself. The name of the program is Elevating to the Next Level Part 2, because we did Elevating to the Next Level Part 1 on Monday. And now we are back, Jack, with Elevating to the Next Level Part 2, New Year's Dream, year-long theme. That's right. I said it. New Year's Dream, year-long theme. Okay. And then we also have the fabulous Kathy Oshiro. She's the founder of Cats Consulting. And if you need to get your taxes right, you need to see her to Ignite and Take Flight and get your taxes right. And then, of course, I've got my wonderful guest co-host, Miss Hillary Gooden, the queen of the lymphatic bounce. She's an author, she's a speaker, she's a minister, and she is a lymphologist. So she's going to give you some tips tonight about your lymphatic system and how to elevate in your health and get your life right. So with that being said, Doc, what else do you have coming up? Because I know you got some stuff coming up. I know you and Dr. Opende are working on some stuff for your masterclass. So please tell folks what you have going on as well before we say so long.
Well, Let's Talk Family Civility starts back on Wednesday at 3 p.m. I'm excited about that because that is a show that we talk about family civility, and we talk about people from all over the world that are practicing family civility, what they're doing for family civility. So I'm really excited. We also have, as I said, Dr. Opindi and I are doing, she's doing the masterclass in Nairobi, Kenya. I am training the family civility workers at the same time. And the graduation will be on the 30th of January. We're so excited. So excited to graduate the cohort. And I want to, the Sia Waramu of One Life, One Touch organization, she saw the vision. She entered the competition. She said, no, I need family civility in my organization. And I want to say congratulations. She's an amazing woman. That woman is amazing. I mean, she has, but we all are. We're all dynamic women, and we've found each other. And that's what is so our tribe is about dynamic women. And if you want to be part of the tribe, FamilyCivilityDay.com, also the Family Civility Institute on YouTube. Please subscribe, like, share. They're all the past shows of 2020 on the YouTube channel, as well as on my Facebook page, Family Civility Institute. So you can reach me. Again, I'm accessible, just like Lotus, just like Dr. Opinde. And let us bring family civility to the world. Let's bring civility, not just in the front yards, but behind the doors. Let's open our doors and open our homes to civility.
Yes, I love it. And don't forget, I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up. We have a wonderful summit coming up in September, at the end of September. I believe it starts on the 23rd, but at the end of September, the Foundation Lab and myself and many other powerful leaders all around the world are hosting a wonderful summit. We are going to have some of the most powerful women on the planet right here in Washington, D.C. for this summit. We are going to have some speakers that you don't even see once a year in your town. We are going to have these female leaders. Look, I'm so excited. These female leaders are so powerful and so dynamic. You want to be a part of this summit in September. I'm telling you, all I can say is you got to be there. And so tonight, make sure you check out my show, News You Can Use, because I'll be sharing more information about this fabulous summit that's coming your way in September 2021, and it is going to be a brick and mortar summit. Okay, that means we're going to be in the same place, touching hands, talking to folks, and all that. So make sure you're there. If you are not there, if you're not in the place, you are going to really wish that you were there. And so we're going to share some more information with you at a later date on that summit. So having no further ado, we want to thank you for coming on board with us. We want to thank you for being excited about what we're helping to do around the planet, because God knows we can't do this by ourselves. It takes each and every one of you out there to do what we do. We can't do it alone, and we need you. We appreciate you, and we thank you. And again, don't sleep on family civility, because it is the foundation of how we treat one another, how we love one another, and how we respect one another. And if it starts in the family, and so if we don't do it in our own families, in our own homes, where will we do it? I don't know. So make sure you check out the summits that are coming up, the conferences that are coming up, the master classes that are coming up. Honey, we are running into this year nobody's business. So make sure you get in where you fit in, and come on in and get in where you fit in, because I always got room around my table for you. Why? Because I'm bringing inspiration to every nation as I help the whole world ignite and take flight in every area of their life. We thank you, we love you, and we will see you tonight on my more news that you can use. Make sure you're there. Good day, good night, and have a great Thank you. Thank you.